What's the coldest thing your sibling ever did to you? My twin brother Jake and I were inseparable until we turned 16. That's when our grandfather died and left us his vintage motorcycle collection. 12 bikes worth about $80,000 total. The will said we had to split everything equally when we turned 18. Jake got obsessed with this one bike, a 1969 Harley that Grandpa called his baby. Jake would sit in the garage just staring at it, planning how he'd fix it up. 2 weeks before our 18th birthday, I came home from work and found Jake in our shared bedroom crying. He handed me a crumpled paper, our parents' divorce documents. Dad was moving to Florida. Mom was keeping the house, but she'd have to sell Grandpa's bikes to pay for it. Jake grabbed my shoulders. Listen, if you sign over your half to me, I'll buy the Harley from Mom, and we can keep at least one bike in the family. I could see he'd been planning this speech. His hands were shaking. I trusted him completely. We were twins. We shared everything, so I signed. The day we turned 18, Jake went to the lawyer's office alone. He came back that evening with keys to the Harley and a huge grin. Got it for $3,000, he said. Mom's so happy. Something felt wrong. I called Mom. Her voice got weird when I asked about the bike sale. After 20 minutes of me pushing, she finally admitted the truth. Jake hadn't just bought the Harley. He'd bought all 12 bikes for $40,000, exactly half their value. My signature had given him legal ownership of my entire inheritance. My own mother had helped him do it because Jake convinced her I didn't really care about motorcycles. He said you told him you just wanted the money for college anyway, she whispered. I confronted Jake that night. He didn't even look guilty. You were never into bikes like me, he said, polishing the Harley's chrome. This way they stay in the family where they belong. I moved out the next week. We didn't speak for 3 years. Then last month I got a call from Mom. Jake was getting married and wanted me as his best man. He misses you, she said. Can't you just forgive and move on? I drove to his engagement party. Jake ran up and hugged me like nothing had happened. Bro, look what I've built. He walked me to his garage. All 12 bikes, fully restored, gleaming under the lights. This collection is worth $200,000 now, he bragged to his fiance's parents. My grandfather left me and my brother a real treasure. His fiancée Sarah smiled at me. Jake's told me so much about how you two restored these together. I looked at Jake. His face went pale. He'd been lying to her for months about our shared hobby. I smiled back at Sarah. Actually, Jake, why don't you tell everyone how you really got these bikes? The room went silent. Jake started stammering about family business and complicated legal stuff. I pulled out my phone and showed Sarah the original will, the document I signed, and the sale records I'd gotten from the lawyer. Her face changed as she read. You stole your brother's inheritance? She whispered. Jake tried to grab my phone. It's not stealing if he signed it over. Sarah looked at the dates on the documents. He was 17 when he signed this. This isn't even legal. That's when I dropped the real bomb. Sarah, I've been working with a lawyer for 6 months. The statute of limitations hasn't run out. I can still contest this in court and get half of everything back. Jake's face went white. You wouldn't. I looked around the room at his fiancée, her parents, all his friends who'd heard him brag about his collection. You're right, Jake. I won't take you to court, but I am going to tell Sarah's parents exactly who they're letting their daughter marry. I turned to leave, then looked back one more time. The coldest thing isn't that you stole from me when we were kids. It's that you built your whole adult life on that lie, and you were going to let your wife live it too. Jake called me 17 times that night. Sarah called off the engagement the next morning.